Limerence is a superpower. Yes, limerence is indeed a superpower. Now, do I know the exact definition? No.
Leave me alone!
Am I going to look it up? No. But from my point of view, limerence is the occurrence of a made-up situationship that you have with a person that you will A, never be in a relationship with, or B, the culmination of a bunch of characteristics that do not pertain to this person that you use to satisfy your romantic craving. I said cravings like they were a goddamn Krispy Kreme donut, which you are because I'm preying on you like a Krispy Kreme donut. Sugary coating on the outside, fluffy on the inside. Run. But yes, in short, you will be obsessed with a person that you probably know that you not finna pipe. Now, why do I say this is a superpower? This sounds like suffering. This sounds like institution level, mental institution level activities. This sounds like the insane asylum. This sounds like the Joker. Well, that's precisely why it's a superpower. The Joker is supposed to be a normal human, right? That nigga's crazy. He goes toe to toe with superpower niggas, all off the strength of the fact that he's crazy. He has delusions. How does one human manage to completely hit a millionaire with combat prowess from the back multiple times with like grenade launchers and shit? Like, how do you even get that? Anyways, besides the point, limerence is a superpower because it basically allows you to, instead of gasoline, it allows you to run on cum juice, splooge, semen, that white stuff, sometimes clear stuff, opaque stuff. If you're driving a car and it gets low on fuel, you need to go get fuel. Now let's compare this to the human body. What would you need? You would probably need calories. You would need help from another person. You would need counseling. You would need fresh air. You would need AC. You would need air conditioning. What if I told you with the addition of limerence, you could simply start making up stuff in your mind and go? You don't have to do anything. You can just go. Let me give you an example. Yesterday, I was on my last legs, right? I came back from work. I went to the gym. Then I started making content, all with the idea that I would have to go back to work and that school was starting up again. I was gassed. But then I thought about this fair maiden that I've never talked to. I don't even think I've ever seen her face close up. I don't know what she looks like from the front, only from the side. You thought I was going to say from the back. No, I'm not a creep. I'm just saying I don't know what she looks like. The thought of this woman one day acknowledging my prowess with the addition of coming up with a face for her because I don't know what the fuck she looks like, that thought alone kept me going. I didn't give a fuck. You think I need food? I can wait for 3 days, maybe 3 months. Off the strength that I am crazy. Actually, that's precisely what's happening now, because normally I'd be in bed all day. Got up at 6:30, didn't eat shit, and went to the gym. Buddy, I'm on BT. So instead of gasoline, the body basically uses fuel from a romantic interest that you likely won't get into, that you've morphed into this story that you consume all day that acts as calories. Now, are they actual calories? No, you're probably malnourished to get that checked out, but it will keep you going. Now, you may be asking yourself, is there any sort of patch to this, or is this just a broken method that wasn't even, like the developers didn't even tinkle on it to see if it was balanced? Well, there is a small caveat, right? Let's say you've admired a girl for like 3 days. Don't go beyond 3 days, because what we're talking about is obsession. You cannot obsess over someone you don't know more than 3 days. If it's like 2 weeks, mental asylum. 2 months, jail. More than 2 months, other world, like you got to get out of here. But let's say you really like this woman. The limerence turns into genuine interest. You go up and talk to her one day and she reciprocates those feelings. You're thinking good, right? Not good, not good. Limerence is broken. You're fucked. So let's say you went and did this and you didn't have any calories on your stomach, no guidance. As soon as you get that text that, yeah, she wants to go on a date, you're going to crash. You're probably going to eliminate yourself. No, that can't happen, because you have to remember that this is your fuel you're talking about. If that fuel gauge is taken away from you, you're going to be exiled from this plane of existence. Earth, you're not going to be here anymore. So if you're using this as fuel, I urge you to not seek out an actual relationship, especially if you're someone who could possibly be desirable. Let's say women would want to be with you. Don't go and try to be with them. It's not worth it. Obviously, this method is excellent for people who don't get hoes anyway, or you're antisocial. So what that means is you maybe don't look that bad. You're maybe not a bad conversationalist, but you like to be by yourself. So you don't get much stimulation from anyone else. You're not going to counseling. You're not getting guidance. You're not hanging out with people. So therefore, your energy levels are probably going to be low most of the time. Limerence will work for you. Like I said, this must renew every 2 weeks. Don't take it too serious. You see a girl that you like, preferably less than 2 weeks, but you make sure that you recycle. Anyways, if you're a normal human, you're not going to be like, off someone you don't know, you're not going to fantasize about them for too long. When I say fantasize, I just mean like, when what their face looks like because I look down most of the time. You're going to want to renew this with someone else or something else. That sounded crazy. Every 2 weeks. This is the most chud thing to do, but somehow it allows you to do things to take yourself out of chudhood and into a money-making stratosphere, a happiness stratosphere, because you are now getting things done, being productive rather than just wallowing in your semen. Good day, and you're welcome for the tutorial.